It was a night that could chill your bones, the day I got my driver's license. The heavens were in turmoil, the rain falling in a relentless torrent, each droplet a tiny hammer pounding against the windshield of the car. The highway stretched out before me, a wet, dark ribbon disappearing into the black void of the storm. The air inside the vehicle was thick with tension, as if the storm outside had wormed its way in, amplifying the sense of unease. Sitting in the passenger seat, her gaze as stormy as the night, was Ugula. Her name alone was enough to send a shiver down your spine, a cougar of a woman with a predatory glint in her eyes that could make a grown man quiver. Her presence was like the proverbial elephant in the room, a silent, intimidating force that loomed large in the confines of the vehicle. As the rain poured down, I turned to Ugula, my heart pounding in my chest. With the thunder roaring outside, I looked Ugula in the eye and said, "You cold-hearted witch, I know you're trying to fail me." The words hung in the air, heavier than the rain pounding against the windshield. The tension in the car was palpable. The only sounds were the relentless storm and the hum of the engine as we barreled down the highway. I could feel Ugula's icy stare bore into me, her silence more menacing than any words she could have spoken. It felt as if we were in a standoff, a battle of wills, and the highway was our battlefield. "Is that so?" she finally retorted, her voice as chilling as the storm outside. "And what makes you think that?" The question hung in the air, a challenge. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest, the adrenaline coursing through my veins. This wasn't just about getting my driver's license anymore. It was about proving myself to Ugula, proving I could face my fears. "I've seen the way you look at me," I shot back, gripping the steering wheel tighter, like I'm just another failure waiting to happen. Ugula said nothing, her silence echoing in the car. The tension was mounting, the stakes were high, and I could feel the fear creeping in, but I wasn't going to back down, not now. "So, what's it going to be, Ugula?" I asked, my voice steady despite the storm raging both inside and outside the car. "Are you going to fail me, or are you going to let me prove you wrong?" Again, silence. The tension was almost unbearable, but then, just as I was about to break, I saw a flicker of something in Ugula's eyes. Was it respect? Admiration? Fear? I couldn't tell. But what I did know was that this confrontation was far from over. But as we sped down the highway, something else joined our heated exchange. Suddenly, a chilling presence made itself known in the back seat. Out of nowhere, a spectral figure materialized, its form vague and hazy, like a wisp of smoke caught in the stormy night. The temperature in the car dropped dramatically, goosebumps prickling my skin. The figure was unsettlingly quiet, a stark contrast to the pattering rain and the hum of the engine. Its form flickered and swayed with the movement of the car, an ethereal passenger on this journey of mine. The sudden appearance of this spectral figure interrupted the intense dialogue between Ugula and me. The air grew thick with tension, and a shiver of fear snaked its way down my spine. But I swallowed the lump in my throat, gripped the steering wheel tighter, and kept my eyes on the rain-soaked road. Even with the spectral presence looming, I couldn't afford to break my focus. With my heart pounding and the ghostly presence in the back seat, I pressed on. The rain was relentless, the road slick and treacherous, but the storm inside the car was even more daunting. Ugula, her icy gaze still fixed on me, and the spectral passenger, silent but undeniable. I gripped the wheel tighter, my knuckles turning ghostly white. Fear and determination clashed within, yet I found a spark of courage. I focused on the road, the storm, the intimidating instructor, and the phantom guest fading into mere distractions. As the miles rolled by, I felt a shift. The storm began to wane, the spectral figure grew faint, and Ugula's stony expression softened. The car moved with my command, my confidence growing with each passing moment. I was in control. The test ended as abruptly as the storm. Ugula, with a nod of approval, handed me my ticket to freedom. And so, on that stormy night, I earned my freedom, my driver's license, and a story I'd never forget.